They come out here in the eye. A first carry now. This is Lacey. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And for this offensive unit, Eddie Lacy, sometimes he even has the Auburn fans saying roll tide.
Now that's big right there, because for them to say that, wow, that tells you how good a talent he really is. When he gets rumbling, the field tilts in his favor.
Maybe I overstepped my bounds there a bit, but he's good.
Brandon, you never want to get in the middle of Alabama versus Auburn.
Starters defensively for the 49ers. New coach, new GM, but a couple nice pieces to build around up front. Eric Armstead, DeForest Buckner.
And that continues for them because, remember, they were the same duo in college at the University of Oregon. Now they're teammates with the San Francisco 49ers. I think both have played well in their short time in the league, but they also get help because they have an experienced veteran on the back end of the defense, Antoine Bethea. And I think you can build around him as well. Get some younger, quicker guys to go, but Antoine Bethea, he'll lead them with confidence. There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Caught on the right side by Adams. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
319!
On second down, Lacey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Rodgers. He's going to fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, the 49ers getting set to trot out there. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Daniels in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage old school.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. So as they take it over, we step aside. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Kaepernick now on 3rd and goal. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now a first down carry. It's Lacey. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Again, it's Lacey. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Give the tackle there to Gerald Hodges. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
He's got Adams on the hookup. A gain of 13 and also a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
The play clock's running down. Now Rodgers will handle Lacey. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. They run it again with Lacey. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Rodgers now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
The days of knowing your assignment, dropping to it, and calling it a day, that's over with. Because now, when you drop into a zone, especially as a defensive back, you're seeing the play in front of you. So if a man wanders into your area, guess what? Now it goes from zone to man coverage in many cases. And on this particular play, able to see the play in front of him, react to it, and knock the ball away. Gotta like what you just saw there if you like zone defense.
So after slogging through a scoreless first quarter, we have action on the scoreboard. A field goal makes it 3-0.
Well, with these two offenses, we weren't going to stay 0-0 forever, were we? I'm not sure that this opens the floodgates, but I doubt that's the last scoring we're going to see.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's got his guy. It's Patton over the middle. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. First down, a run with Hyde. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Partner, I like Carlos Hyde coming out of Ohio State because I like the way that he would run inside and bodies would just scatter when he got through there. A very strong, aggressive runner inside.
Finished just shy of 1,000 with 988. If you're a back, how much does that hurt?
It hurts a lot, and then you want to talk to the official scorer at home and say, you couldn't find 12 more yards for me somewhere?
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. It's caught. Patton. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. And we've arrived at the 2-minute warning here in half number 1. On first down, Kaepernick. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Ron Streeter from 21 yards away. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Evades the tackler, and now some space. A big run there by Lacy. And even 70 yards.
When you take a look at Eddie Lacy, you expect the run we just saw, don't you? A battering ram type of an effort.
Absolutely. Such a tough runner at Alabama where he won those national championships, and a tough runner here in the NFL. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. On this, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Rodgers taking it in. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Well, that was a quick hitter drive. They had the huge play to get him down near the goal line, and then they run it in. I don't know that the defense ever had a chance to catch their breath.
A lot of the time now when we see people hit big plays, and each team defines a big play.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's complete right around the 8. And he will step out of bounds. Oh, what a mistake there. And the 2-point try will be unsuccessful. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. Oh, I think the Packers got it. Yep, Green Bay football. Well, they just scored, they got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Scouting, scouting, scouting. They had to have seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they get the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold.
They begin the drive with Lacy. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And Adams has it complete. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. First down, Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds Is able to get it down to the 25 there. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Here's Kaepernick to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Kaepernick will try again on 2nd down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Hey, 91!
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Now this is DeJuan Harris. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll run here. This is James Starks. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
How about the defense not hanging their heads from the previous play where they were beat for a big run, came back on the very next down, and made a play defensively that was to their credit.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Flush to his right. Now on the run. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play for the Pack on third. 43 yards.
There's obviously nothing shy about the guys dialing up offense here. They take a shot on third down, and boy, did they get rewarded, even though there was good defense on the play.
And now a first down following that long gain. Now Starks. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. James Starks, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Packers add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And they'll get set here looking for the two-point conversion.
319! 319!
Rodgers will throw for it. It's complete. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Kaepernick now on first down. He dumps it to Hyde. Give him 16 on the pickup, and it'll be first down 49ers.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Here's Kaepernick. Curley's got it complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll get 19 yards there. And that leads to a San Francisco first down. On first down, Kaepernick. Out to the flat for Hyde. And down inside the 15 he goes. They give him 15 more, and it's another first down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Jeremy Curley, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. Kaepernick looking to throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you think to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And that is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that brings up fourth down.
As a general rule, receivers love the comeback route because it puts them right in the sight lines of the guy throwing the ball. But in this case, the defender saw it and were able to knock it away.
They're going to line up to go for this on fourth down. Rodgers stays on the field. Here we go on fourth down with Rodgers. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
To throw, Kaepernick. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Second down following the incompletion.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Carlos Hyde from 8 yards out. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT. Caught on the right side by Adams. A gain of 6 there on first. Back now here in Santa Clara. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Going up top. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. The hitch route works. It's something you see quite a bit on 3rd, 4th down in these situations, and they got it to go for it.
And what you're counting on is a couple of things. One, you want the guy catching that route to make people miss right away, almost like a punt returner. And 2, you expect him to pick up some blocks once he gets to the 2nd level, able to get downfield. And on that play, everything came together.
Rodgers with a give. It's Lacy. They find some open field here. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. A big run there by Lacy. 48 yards on the ground. Red zone opportunity. They come out here in the eye. A run here for Starks. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, as a defender, after a big running play against my group, I'm actually happy to see a draw play. Why? It takes a little bit longer to develop, and that gives me a chance to diagnose it and get to the play quickly.
And this is caught at the 8. And out of bounds all the way down at the 2-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll run it with Lacy, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Lacy. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Eddie Lacy punching it in from a yard away. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. So here we go. The Packers will line up to go for two. Rodgers will throw for it. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And the 49er hands team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more.
Torrey Smith, watch him go. Touchdown, 49ers. Torrey Smith, 41 yards. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And at this stage in the game, every play is magnified here as we get down to the nitty-gritty. They stay on the ground. This time it's Lacy. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made by Antoine Buffet.
They were stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here. Working from the gun, Rodgers. It's caught, Nelson. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. They'll get 16 yards there. And the 49ers are going to get a first. And quickly, they get to the line. Kaepernick to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. And on 2nd and 10 now.
The good signal calls are never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Torrey Smith, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers have moved out in front. Extra point try now for Dawson. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
He's back to throw. And Nelson's got it here right side. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to throw. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll look to throw. Caught left side by Cobb. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there. It wasn't 3rd and long. It was more like 3rd and attainable, and oftentimes offense just want to run enough to pick up a first down. But I think they wanted to break tendency there. Catch the defense playing for the short pass and push it downfield, and they almost collected a big play.
1 receiver left, 3 to the right. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.